This PSA was brought to you by the Peter G Show.
You may have second thoughts after the show.
Don't drink the faucet. We're really talented. We should get Oscars.
Just pick out a car, for Christ's sake.
No, hi, my name is Peter. Yeah, I want. Here's good.
Yeah.
Madam Perry.
I need to get back in the genie bottle.
Louis from Pennsylvania, you're on. He likes it. It's showtime.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
Oh yeah, showtime. Hey y'all. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Gonna give everybody a few minutes to catch up, sign on, log in. I appreciate those who will be spending Thanksgiving Eve right here with little old me and all of you. Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show, every Wednesday like clockwork, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. God willing. Hope everyone's doing well. It's it's Thanksgiving Eve, you know? All those warm, fuzzy feelings supposed to be starting the holidays and all that. Doesn't have to be that way, though. Just doesn't. I mean, you know, it's a great feeling. Everybody wants that, but not everybody gets that. And we're going to talk about it tonight. I'm going to be doing this through the holidays. I do this every holiday because it's so important. Because to me, it sets the tone for the rest of your year, the new year. And, you know, no matter where you are in life, it's so important. Believe me, I use Facebook as my gauge, and I watch so many people that I'm very, very close to falling apart. And a lot of times it's not their fault, and some of it's self-induced, and it's just sad. It's really sad, and I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I'm a mere man. You voice your opinion, it's like, yeah, you know, everybody's got an opinion. So I kind of stay out of it. I just can't pluck everybody out of their mess and fix it. That comes from within. Hell, I'm a mess. We're all a mess. I mean, you know, I'm grateful, but everybody's got their stuff, you know? Everybody's got that stuff going on. But either way, tonight we're going to talk about it. Some of you might be saying, you know, I thought Pastor Ray is going to be on. Well, let's talk about Pastor Ray. Pastor Ray called me this morning. Unfortunately, he's got a bad cold. And he said, look, I can come on, you know, to try to take some meds. And he says, but I don't want to look like, you know, hell and sound like hell. And I go, listen, not a problem. We'll switch my shows around because I'm doing this stuff anyway. It doesn't matter. I didn't have a bunch of guests for the holidays, and I was going to be talking about all this stuff. I said, listen, you rest up, get well, put you on next week. I'll just reverse the shows because I can do that. I had the flexibility, and I said, everything happens for a reason. So rest up, Pastor Ray. Baltimore's homeless whisperer. God, gotta get my head out of that. I just got through this afternoon. It was my daughter and her horses. So rest up. But I do want to remind you, next week, December 4th, right here, Baltimore's own Pastor Ray Pollitt, the homeless whisperer, will be on this show. For those of you who follow, he's been on this show many times before, probably 3 times, at least. And he just does amazing work. He does things that most human beings don't do. Would think about doing, but don't do it. He takes care of the homeless over there in Baltimore, a portion of them. There's probably too many. He goes into the dark of woods where they set up tents in the middle of the winter in the snow and brings them blankets and heaters. And, you know, these are people who are mentally ill, drug addicts, alcoholics, or people just flat out down on their luck. and he goes out there and tries to help them. He loves them all, no matter what the issue is, and he expects nothing in return. An amazing human being. Next Wednesday, December 4th, right here on Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show, Baltimore's own Pastor Ray Pollitt, the Homeless Whisperer, is going to be on this show once again, and we're going to talk to him. We always have great conversation, and I want you to tune in. Talk about the good in the world. He's one of them, okay? You don't want to miss that. They're all good shows. Most of the time. Depends who you ask. But I like it. Actually, I love it. Just a reminder, again, if you're following from Facebook or YouTubes or wherever you're at, please at YouTube subscribe. I know I have lots of people that watch that don't subscribe. This isn't just happening to me. This happens to a lot of people. And I'm probably guilty of watching some people myself and not doing it. But I'm asking you to please subscribe. If you're on Facebook, follow. And do me a favor. Go over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. It's free. I'm battling them. The censorship. And I get some nasty comments. They go, you don't pay nothing for these platforms. So, don't bitch about it. It's like, I get it. I totally get it. Okay, yeah, it is a free platform, but they're making money off of us. Don't kid yourself. But it's just decency for stifling, things that it's just. I just feel like there needs to be some morals to the way they operate their platform, regardless. But again, please just do me a favor: subscribe, follow wherever you're at, share. I need your help. This is how we do it. Nobody does. Pays for advertising, to just like buy likes and all that kind of stuff. You either love me or you hate me, and believe me, there's both. We'll talk about that in a few minutes too. And also, I appreciate those who watch. I truly do. I love you for it. It takes a lot of dedication to say, hey, Peter's on. I want to watch the show. Or watching the show on demand afterwards, because they're great shows. There's always a lot of information, depending on who I have on, depending on the topic. I find that one topic doesn't necessarily, please everybody. And I've also learned you can't please everybody. You just got to do what you do. However, for those who are on the road traveling, you're busy, but you want to catch the show, put an earbud in your ear right here, an earbud in your ear, or crank up your speakers in your car and just Google Peter G Show podcast. It's that simple. There's an audio version. There's over 400 shows. Pick whatever you want. You can never run out. I mean, it gives you something to do instead of what are you going to listen to? Regular music, the same stuff you've been listening to, for forever. Same songs 9 million times. Come on. Just Google Peter G Show podcast, put an earbud in your ear, take the show on the road with you while you're at work. Work is boring. While you're exercising, walking, running, whatever you're doing, and driving in the car. God knows how much time we spend in our cars. So do it. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. I see finally one. Jonathan Carpenter. Let's put that up there for the first comment of the morning. Hello, Jonathan. Thank you for tuning in. Share, please. All right. Look at that. It's that simple. Also, again, tonight, if you plan on commenting, I want to have your input. Tonight, we're going to talk about the holidays. We are going to talk about the holidays. Let's face it, folks. Back in the day, there's always been issues at the dining room table during Thanksgiving, correct? The old school days about, Uncle Johnny got drunk and picked a fight with cousin, Mike, and they tore up the whole house. They got into a fist fight and tore up the house. Or what we like to hear also, those heartwarming events like, back when I was growing up, I used to cook with my mom. My mom's gone nowadays. I sure do miss that kind of stuff. Love to hear that too. But I'll open up the phones in a little while. I just want to hear a story or two from you guys. It'd be really great for somebody to share, again, a chaotic story. Everybody loves a train wreck. But nowadays, the issues that are happening at the dining room table are so much different than what used to happen a few years ago. And we're going to talk about that too. But that's what I plan on doing tonight. All right. It's that simple. Again, the holidays. We're going to talk about the holidays all through the holidays because it's that important, man. We all want to have love. I mean, and we should. But sometimes it's just easier said than done. And I question those who tend to shun. I mean, you got to have somebody do something really, really wrong, really messed up stuff for you to oust family and things like that. There's all these arguments going on, who voted for who. We're going to talk about all this. But that's stupid. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Family and being on this planet is for just a short period of time. And if you're going to live your life hating over what really ends up being ridiculous issues, there's so many more important things in life. But to each their own. But I'm just here to try to maybe pick through it. Maybe a few people bring them to their senses. Like, yeah, come on, man. Leave it alone. Put it to the side. Life is short. Enjoy. That's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do that in just a few short minutes. Right now, I mean, nothing says the holidays. Nothing says the holidays. Than hearing from my good friends over at Clean Star Products with their money-saving fuel additive DX1 driver. Because let's face it, folks, times are tough for right now, and there'll still be. It makes sense to save money. All right, I'll be right back, and then we're going to get to it. So, hang in there. Listen up.
Hello, I'm Tyrone Thompson of CleanStarProducts.com. This is DX1 Driver in the news, and here's what our friends have to say.
So I'm here to recap on the DX1 I've used. I put it in the oil and I put it in the gas. While I'm using it just for about 3 tanks. Cleaned everything out. I got every ounce of power back in my truck.
When Jared's truck was new, it had a lot of power. Then over time, it began to slow down. He got it all back with our DX1 Driver program.
Something you got to see for yourself. It's a great product. It's affordable. And it blows all the other additives and esters out of the water.
DX1 Driver is the finest oil in the world from a California environmental company. It goes into the fuel system and the oil. It's the only green grade product qualified for the carbon credits program, giving you better fuel mileage, lower emissions, and increased horsepower. So join the fuel savings revolution today. Go to CleanStarProducts.com/shop.
That's right, folks. Clean Star Products with their money-saving fuel additive DX1 driver. 2 words. It works. And it does. Never would have believed it. Tried it myself, obviously. I wouldn't, promote something if I didn't believe it, although many people will. Not this guy. Notice the difference between 3 to 4 tanks of using it, and I really noticed the difference. Again, it's really simple. Take one of these little bottles, or they come in different kind of packagings. It depends on the time period when they're sending them out. But let's take, for example, this is used for a regular 4-door sedan car, okay? Put this in a clean oil change. It lasts the whole oil change. Just pour this little bitty bottle in there. Then every time you fill up your tank, pour the little bitty bottle, another little bitty bottle into the tank. That's it. And every time you fill up, you'll notice the difference. Cleans out your engine, brings back that horsepower, especially on high mileage vehicles. That's how I really noticed the difference. Used it on my good old Ford F-150 Super Crew. Telling you, even my daughter noticed the difference because she borrows it a lot. It's a great truck. Not giving it up. I'll run that thing into the ground. And it's got 215,000 miles on it. And I intend to get 400 out of it with the help of DX1 Driver. Again, good food, good body. But don't believe me. Here's what you need to do, especially during the holidays. Go to www.cleanstarproducts.com. On their website, there's a phone number. I want you to call them directly because I know you're going to have questions. They want to speak to you and answer your questions directly. In fact, you may even get Ty Thompson himself, okay? Tell him you saw it on the Peter G Show. That's why you got to call. Say, hey, I saw this on the Peter G Show. I've got questions. You should have questions. I wouldn't just buy into it. Why believe me? He'll answer all your questions. He's proud of his product because he has a product that works. Okay? And after talking to him, should you decide to order, this is where the kicker comes in. You mentioned, hey, I saw it on the Peter G Show. He says you got a special deal for me. And that is correct. He'll say, you are correct, sir or ma'am. If you decide to purchase now, we will send you 5 bottles. We, meaning Clean Star Products, will send you 5 bottles for the price of 4. That's right. 5 bottles for the price of 4. A deal's a deal, especially in the holidays. Money's tight. But then again, cars are expensive, gas is expensive, and God knows, why not take care of your car and make it last and run as efficiently as possible? It just makes sense, right? Go to cleanstarproducts.com, find the phone number, call them directly, tell them you saw it on the Peter G Show. They'll answer all your questions. And should you decide to order, remember, say, I saw it on the Peter G Show, and he says you got a deal. And he says, you're right, we do. You'll get 5 bottles for the price of 4. All right? Good stuff. I love them because they have a product that works. You don't find a whole lot of that nowadays. All right, let's buckle up. Let's have a little fun, warmth, love, and let's take a quick sip real quick. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, and thank you for joining me and being part of this show. I hope somebody calls in tonight when I open up the phones to tell a story. Love you. Woo. Smooth. All right. So I want to tell you, every week I get bombarded with comments, thousands and thousands. I can't read them all. I don't try either. You just have to let it go. But out of curiosity, you sometimes you're skimming or you'll get, I'll see something that catches my eye. But I got to tell you, the ones that really blow my mind, I'm so grateful for you people out there that go, you know what? Absolutely correct. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. Then I don't mind you not agreeing with me. I don't mind you at all not agreeing with me. I put things out there for you to think about. I'm not telling you have to listen to me. I put things out there that you may or may not know and question as I do, because sometimes you go, I did not know that. And I don't even know if it's true, but I'll consider listening to you and looking into it, having options. Because one thing I've learned in life is I don't take the first thing somebody tells me and believe it anymore. So with doing this show comes the good and the bad. And I got to tell you that I don't mind somebody not agreeing with me, but I think it's rotten, and it tells me a lot about these people. I get a lot of hateful comments. I get a lot of great comments too. But when somebody doesn't agree, they don't just say, look, I don't agree with you. They have to resort to the name calling, the insults. And again, to me, it's like, why do you have to go to do I call you names? I don't call anybody names. I say, sometimes I'm really dumbfounded. I say, you can't be that stupid. I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm just questioning whether you can or cannot be that. Ignorant. Ignorant is a weird word. To me, that's an insultive name, but it really means that you just don't know. So it just blows my mind that these people come on. I'm going to give you an example. Me, okay? Never do you see me coming on and saying, hi, I'm Peter G, and I'm all that. I'm just a guy who's fortunate enough to be here in this seat. I'm very grateful. I love it. I loved playing music. Still do that. But I love doing this too, because I feel there's this is what I can do to give some way, shape, or form. Somebody is benefiting. Might not be everybody. You can't heal the world. You can't help everybody. But there's somebody, and many, that I promise you, I will lay my life on it, that says, I listened to what he said, and it really made me think. And I know, because I've had the letters. And I'm not trying to be holier than thou. I just feel like I have sometimes a little bit more depth to send a message or knowledge in a way to say, I need to talk about this, good or bad. Not everybody's going to like what I have to say, but I think I have something to say that may resonate down the line to somebody and maybe help somebody think about okay, I know my life. I'm at my wit's end, but you got a point there. Ending it all isn't going to solve anything. It's going to hurt a lot of people. And believe me, I know a lot of people that are like at their wit's end, or at least they think they are, and going, you know what? Maybe I'll just check out. That's selfish. But I get these people that are so vindictive and so hateful. And again, about stupid stuff. This is within the past 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks already. I've had one comment on my hair, which is my hair. You know, I mean, I can show you my license when I was, 40, when my hair was down to here. And there was a whole lot of it. But I can't change that anymore. This is what I am left with. And I'm left with more than some, not as much as others. And this is what I've got. And I swear, and it's been not even the women, it's the guys. Like, what are they, my gay, cosmopolitan, critics? But they're just pissed off because they don't like what I have to say, so they're trying to pick on me. And all I got to tell you is, I don't care, because I'm not dating you. I got one person in the past 2 weeks that commented. He says something so and so, blah blah blah, and get a better hairdo or something like that. And this was coming from a guy who I saw his picture. It's like, go look in the mirror, buddy. I don't even give a shit. You know what I mean? But I'm not judging. But you're criticizing me, baldy. And there's nothing wrong with being bald. It is what it is. But he was name calling. And two guys, just one. I just happen to get. Why do I catch this stuff? It doesn't even drive me crazy. It's just so stupid. This little bit of hair that I have right here on my chin, on my chinny chin, I have had, God, I don't know, since 1998. Sometimes it used to be really pencil thin, and sometimes a little bit thicker. Sometimes, but this is on average. I've had this probably 20 to 25 years. Like it or not, this is what I have. And I've had two guys criticize. One said, "What's that stupid shit on your chin?" And I wanted to say, "Ask your girlfriend." But I didn't. Because that's getting down to their level. They're just, I don't understand it. It's like, dude, what are you trying to date me? And then just recently, yesterday or today, somebody says, you're trying to do this, blah, 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 and the hair on your, and the shit on your chin is crooked. And you're crooked. Oh, he called it your what do they call that? What do they call this? Soul patch. He called it a soul patch. I've had a few people call it that. Okay. He said, and your stupid soul patch is crooked. And it's like, again, dude, maybe you're just cockeyed. You're seeing things differently. Now, I have to admit, there have been times when I have been in a hurry and shaved. I shaved off too much. And for a day or two or three, it was a little bit off. And sometimes, and here's what I really realized, when it grows, sometimes I don't trim it, and it gets longer. So the hairs will start to curl because they're getting to be, over a quarter of an inch or something like that. And so the hairs, if I happen to brush my chin, it'll shift the hairs one way and it will look a little crooked. But regardless, I got guys criticizing me. It's like, what are you, a bunch of little bitches? Stop it. Hang on. Hello, Calex. Hey, look, another one. Yeah, I'll bring you on. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry while I just clear the air, and then we'll get to the meat and potatoes of the holidays. But thank you for tuning in. Feel free to comment. And by the way, if you want to comment, you got to be on the official Facebook Peter G Show page. I can see you live commenting. The official, not just my Facebook pages, because there's 3 of them. You got to be on the official Peter G Show page to comment. Or YouTube. I prefer you to go to YouTube and hit subscribe, and then it'll tell you every time the show comes on, and you can comment. I can see your comments live from there. And or I think LinkedIn. That's the only way I get to see your comments live right here. But please do. And I hope that somebody will have a great Thanksgiving story to call in a little while when I open up the phones to talk about. But I just had to get that off my chest because it's like, I don't understand you guys or people in general. If you don't like what I have to say, great. I respect your opinion being your opinion. Whether you're right or wrong or I'm right or wrong doesn't matter. It's just the point that why do you have to resort to name calling? I'm telling you, I'm so vulgaric name calling. They call me all kinds of things, and I don't care. I don't care. There's another one. Look, okay, our first Facebook comment. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Island Man. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a beer in your hand. I don't have a beer in my hand, but I will take a sip for you tuning in. Oh. Woo. Smooth. So anyway, okay, just had to get that off because I'm going, God, I can't believe it's the guys criticizing my coiffure. You know, I'll admit, there's not a whole lot to work with over here, okay? I do the best I can. But to have guys criticizing, it's like, stop it. You're making fools of yourselves. Stop it. Anyway, all right. So here's the deal. Oh, before we, I want to get into Thanksgiving, but where are we? Kamala managed to get in a couple of posts before the holidays here. And she just wanted to lay down the law and just leave you with a message, a holiday message, that the fight is not over. I wanted to start off with this. I'm not going to go politics tonight. I don't want to do politics because life is too short. Yeah, what are they gay? Yeah, it's like, there you go. Yeah, what are they gay? Look, if they're gay, I don't even care if they're gay. It's like, I got no problem with that. But all I'm saying is like, you know what? Stop. Don't be a little bitch. It's real simple. Anyway. Yes, I am on Rumble. I am on Rumble. I'm not live on Rumble. The show goes to Rumble about an hour or two after the show is over. I can't even get arrested on Rumble. But Rumble is a bunch of like-minded people. And that's good. But I try to stay relevant on YouTube and Facebook and all that because I want to reach the people that are sitting on the fence. I'm on BitChute too. BitChute does pretty well. Both BitChute and Rumble, the shows are uploaded afterwards because I can't get them to stream live simultaneously with this broadcast. But about 2 hours, 3 hours later after the show is over, they are on those platforms. Please subscribe. I can use, another one to add to my handful. I don't know what the problem is. I just do shows. I don't care. I do care, but life is going to go the way life is going to go. But I need you to help. But as we get into the holidays here, Kamala decided she wanted to chime in and talk real quick about that. She's still in. She is not going to go away. And the fight is not over. So here's a little something. Again, I don't want to talk. I told myself I'm really going to try not to talk about current event politics because there's a lot going on and rightfully so. But I want to try to stay a little more towards the holidays right now and family and friends and people and love. Regardless of what I say and what I do, it's all done to try to help you broaden your horizons. Because I too, again, had I not figured it out years ago, I'd probably be angry and pissed off like some of the people are and narrow-minded. I think narrow-minded is the word. But here's Kamala. I don't know. Just check it out. I think I got the right one. Do I? Yeah, I sure do. Here we go.
And, I would just ask all of you to join me in welcoming our Vice President, Kamala Harris.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, my sea biscuit brother. You have just been such an, extraordinary leader. And, we've become fast drinking friends, right? Who have been leading with so much grace and poise. You are just the definition of masculinity. Time out. I mean, this isn't believable. Who wrote this? I know we have budget cuts, but who wrote this? Nah, you know what? Because I'ma improvise. I let y'all write everything else, and you fucked everything up for me. Get me an 8-ball. I'm doing this raw. Are we ready to roll? America, I wanted to get on here and tell you that I'm thankful. The fight is not over. The fight has just begun. You helped make all that happen. You are still in this call. You are still in this fight. As far as I'm concerned, you are still in this room. My campaign raised a historic $1.4 billion. You know, and my campaign calculators told me that it was about an average of $56 a person. That's history. We made history. The fight is not over. Do you think our fight ended on November 5th? Do you think our fight ended on November 5th? That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. A fight for freedom. A fight for inclusivity. DEI. A fight for all of it. One nation. Depending on what you believe in. Under, God or the other guy. That's why we're asking for a monthly subscription of $79.99 from now until 2028. It was worth a shot.
Kamala was getting into the holiday spirit early. It was worth a shot. Remember, the fight isn't over in her mind. I want to ask you guys, I was just, as we're preparing, I'm getting ready to go into this whole Thanksgiving. I'm going to be opening up the phones in a few short minutes. I'm hoping that maybe somebody's got a great holiday story to tell. Good or bad. Good or bad. Like I said, times, it's hell with family sitting around the table. Let's face it. It is not easy. And, but it is what it is. But who's got that person in their life that comes to dinner, or you take them, especially the holiday dinner, and they're loud chewers. They kind of come over and it's like this. Anybody? I got a friend. I'm not going to name names, but oh my God. It's like, and at his age, it's not going to, you can't do nothing about it. You just got to, it's like having to take care of your retarded cousin or whatever it is. It just, wait, who's got a friend? Right? Yeah. Just saying. Just remember that, okay? When you're around somebody and it's like it is what it is. All right, so dinner with the family during the holidays is sometimes tough. I mean, in the old days, it was like personal stuff. It was personal stuff. I'll give you an example. All right, I'm gonna play two videos, the old days versus now, and then I'm hoping I can open up the phones and somebody will call. But so get ready with your dialing finger. I'll put the number up in a minute. But in the old days, it was good old fashioned personal stuff like this.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's plenty good enough.
Could you just say something that you're thankful for?
It's Thanksgiving. You can
I'm
just
not
say,
playing his game. Why are you taking his side?
I'm just trying to keep the peace. Let's just say something that you're thankful for.
Yeah, no, all right. Do I have to fold my hands and look up to the heavens and get on my knees?
It would be nice.
Please, God, like, oh, I'm grateful for. All right, yeah, no, okay, let's do it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the food. I think it looks good. Walmart does a bang-up job. I love it. It looks so good. And I'm grateful for video games, if we're being honest. And I'm grateful for Halo came out recently, and I look up to the Master Chief. He's kind of my hero.
I love him.
Not that anyone would understand. And I'm grateful for Mom for buying me a new Xbox One after my dick of a dad destroyed it.
So you don't appreciate it?
Threw her under the bus.
You don't appreciate it?
Oh, sorry. Did I put you in the spot there? Did I make you look embarrassed? What the hell?
If you're not going to act right around there, be part of the family.
You want to make a scene during Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
really?
I do. Because if you don't want to be part of the family, then get out. You're not part of the family the way you act.
Oh boy.
I'm not part of the family?
No. You don't act right, you're not part of the family.
Oh my God.
Oh, you threw a turkey at me? Don't blow up.
Oh my Lord.
And you're filming? God! I'm so done! What's the matter? No! I'm done! Well, God! And I hope you got your great Thanksgiving video! What a great family this is! Piece of shit!
I'm thankful for it.
Can't we all just get along? I seen a prior video to that same family years ago, and he made a mention of his father destroying all his video games. I remember he took all this kid's video games because this kid's special, and he destroyed them all. He like threw them on the ground outside, and I don't know if he ran them over. It was like a pile of video games, and he just demolished them. And there's Thanksgiving right there. But everybody has had, not everybody, I mean, including me, because leave it to me to say some things a little bit. I don't think they're out of line. I just think everybody's gotten too sensitive. I don't really do anything bad, but I've said, people, it's the holidays. Everybody gets a little buzz going. I show up. It's another, friggin' Peter moment. I say that all the time. It's like, welcome to another, and I don't mean friggin' Peter moment, where I'll talk about something and somebody's got to get offended. Somebody is sensitive. And believe me, there's not a bad bone in my body about whatever I may refer to or say. I say it jokingly, lovingly, because there's a big part of me that probably should have been in another life a stand-up comedian. But comedians have to be able to talk about things to make things, funny based on life, what's really out there. And you have to say it to make it work. And I say it. And I remember I went to a Thanksgiving and we were a bunch of close friends, and one of my friends he's kind of gotten more particular. And me, I'm just Peter. I was telling a story about my daughter when she was little. And there was a day I sucked the air out of the room because I used a few words or phrases that are like not commonly used anymore, where back in the day was an everyday thing. And I see no harm in it. I just don't. And screw you. I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm not going to change because next you're going to have a he, him, or a she, her, pronoun. It's like, most use harsh language. Not going to. It's the holidays. But let's face it, things happen. People get buzzed, and there's been knockdown, drag-out fights in family. But the old school stuff, they're arguing about things, different things, just like that. Nowadays, especially these past 8 years, 5 years, 4 years, it's all politically driven. It's all politically driven. And there are a lot of people that are just like, so, and again, I don't care what your feelings and your beliefs are. I'm not going to get pissed off about it. I'm not. But I'm not going to worry about treading on you, walking on eggshells around you either. This is like, I don't know any other way how to put it. Nowadays, in my opinion, the way I'm seeing things, it's a typical liberal Thanksgiving. I mean, it's just, you can't, everything's too personal over stupid stuff. Forget family and love and all that. It's like, no, it's like, everybody's offended at everything. And this is just right now, I think this is going to be the main topic or the main issue why people aren't showing up at people's, Thanksgiving's family. And by the way, I'm going to put the phone on right after this, 818-259-7983. I would love to hear somebody call and tell me a messed up story. All right, here you go. But check this out. This is my version, a quick version of a liberal. You're going to Thanksgiving, and it's all about they believe this, you believe that, and they're just freaking out.
Can you pass the spam?
Stupid fucking whore! So I'll just shut the fuck up! I'll just shut the fuck up for good now, huh? Yeah, you fucking want that? Yeah? We are fucking over, you fucking dumbass! I hope that you choke on a piece of concrete.
I mean, I'm laughing at it, but that is so 100%. Everybody knows. I mean, my daughter, my ex-wife, she gets it, but she's got siblings, complete opposite. And my daughter knows that she already knows who's thinking what, and you got to sit there and like either not care and just throw it out there and watch them go ballistic, or you keep your mouth shut. You should keep your mouth shut. Just get through the holidays. I mean, because at the end of the day, family's family. But some people just get a charge out of pushing that nuke button. And just like that. All right, listen, I'm gonna give a 3-minute open the phone. 818-259-7983. If you, I would really like somebody, one call, that has a either real heartfelt holiday Thanksgiving story or a real screwed up holiday Thanksgiving story. 818-259-7983. We'll just sit here for a couple of minutes. And I know a lot of you guys, I'm telling you, I got the biggest lurkers in the world, and everybody sits around and waiting for somebody else to call. But I know if you've lived long enough on this planet, somebody's got a screwed up story, to tell. Not a 4-hour story, just a 2-3 minute story to tell about some occasion showing up for a dinner and things go awry. I just told you, I had one that was not too long ago. It was within the past 10 years where it's like, I opened my mouth and there's Peter again, friggin' Peter. But I make no apologies. I'm sorry that you can't handle life, because it's just life. It hurts nobody. But you say the wrong thing. It's like, oh my God. 818-259-7983. If you got a great Thanksgiving story you'd like to share with us here, I want you to call right now. Real quick. Just on, off. Get it on, get it off. Because I'm not going to stay on tonight. We got a million things to do. Shows have been running long for the past 4 or 5 months, and rightfully so. A lot to talk about. Tonight, just love. The holidays. Thanksgiving. 818-259-7983. Tell me a really either screwed up story about Thanksgiving that you shared wherever you did it, or a real heartwarming story. Say, I used to love Thanksgiving. Those days are gone now. Family's gone. I'm alone. I don't have a lot of family at all. I got a lot of people I love, but I got a very small family, unfortunately. But that's okay. It is what it is. Not everybody can, have those big families. And let me tell you, the big families, it could be the best of times and it could be the worst of times. You know what I'm talking about. So it is what it is. Last call, 818-259-7983. I'm going to be doing this all through the first of the year. So get your dialing finger ready, folks. I want people to call in. I really think after the first of the year, I want to start doing more call-in. I want people to talk to me. I don't want to get the emails afterwards telling me things that they should have told me on the phone. It's real simple. And I'll bring back the multi-phone line and all that kind of stuff. Right now, we're down to basics again because I don't do this very often. Everything costs money. But come on. Last call. 818-259-7983. Tell me a story about sitting around at dinner and things going off the rails, whether it's because of the current situation with politics and you have your liberal relatives and you're not, or they are and you're liberal, whatever. I don't care. I don't judge. You want to believe what you want to believe. I don't give a damn. I either like you or I don't. You're either a good person or a bad person. What your beliefs are, it's not gonna make or break me. It really isn't. Because we're gonna all wake up tomorrow. The sun's gonna rise and the sun's gonna set. It's that simple. And there's nothing you can do about that. So you might as well make the best of it. 818-259-7983. Right now, I can see how it's gonna work tonight. Everybody's going around going, somebody call, somebody call. Yeah, the somebody is you. Last call, 818-259-7983. I'm going to take a sip here, looking for the phone to ring. Boy, oh boy. I know a lot of people are probably out partying tonight too because you don't have to get up in the morning. And I get it. All right, there goes that. Where are we at? All right, so for now, phones are off the board. I want to also bring out, don't forget, who's got that person in their life that's going to come to Thanksgiving dinner and sound like this? Raise your hand. Who's got that? Yeah. Just remember when you're sitting at the table and somebody's doing that, you saw it here first, folks. Saw it here first. I want to talk about here. This is how sad it is. Here's somebody talking about being uninvited to Thanksgiving dinner, and they're a sibling. This is how crappy. And I feel for this kind of stuff. And it doesn't say whether you're this side or that side and what the reason is. It's the fact that you're willing to tell somebody who you gave birth to not come to Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I can understand if there's some major life, you did some really wrong stuff, some really wrong shit. But if you're going to tell the person that you gave birth to not come to Thanksgiving dinner because of political beliefs, what's that say about you? Shame on you. But here, I want you to hear it yourself.
Guess who got uninvited to Thanksgiving dinner? You guessed it. Me. I'm not sad. I'm disappointed because I am my mom's only child. I have a full understanding and a full perspective on what it would take to make that decision. And I honestly have pity for her, and not in a punitive, haughty way. I legitimately have pity for her, because if your mindset is at that state where you uninvite your daughter for Thanksgiving, I'm sorry. Truly, I'm sorry that your internal system is that dysregulated that you can't even be around me for a holiday. That's a shame. That's a shame.
That is a shame. I couldn't imagine. Now, again, it's very biased. I don't know what team she voted for. Obviously, it's political. And I don't know whose vote, it doesn't matter. This girl She doesn't seem like, like crazy or anything like that. But, and I have so many. I talk to people and it's like my mom. I mean, grown women that I know, or grown men too, and they go, I can't even talk about this in front of my mother because we are so opposite. And it gets that deep. I guess because it is family, it gets that deep and it gets that personal because, God knows, and God forgive me, the screaming matches I have had with my parents during my adulthood. But it wasn't because of politics. It was just growing up stuff. And if I could take it back, I would. But then again, we knew enough that no matter how much we yelled at each other, it was an East Coast thing, kind of. Even though I grew up a lot in the South, it was still the foundation of yelling. Those of you from the East Coast, when you know, you know. You can yell, but that doesn't say screw you. You still love that person very much. As much as I hate to say it, I'd kill to be able to be doing that again. I'd think twice nowadays as I'm older and different. But then again, you do it out of love when you're yelling. But not politically. This is the new thing. This is horrible. To where it affects your relationship with your family over stuff that's going to continue no matter what. No matter who won or lost, life is going to go on. And all I can say is, for those of you who are naysayers of what's happening right now, 2 words. We'll see. Okay? You might be eating crow, but if you don't, the thing is, we will somehow survive. We will get through it. But to cut off your blood, the people you loved, and especially during the holidays, saying, you know what, it's Thanksgiving, you're not welcome at our table, my daughter. It's like, whoa. There's something cold in there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe on your dying bed, you may regret it, your deathbed. But I don't know if you really realize what you're saying. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So here's a little bit of I need you to check yourself. I need people who are, and I got a lot of people like this, who are the same thing. But watch this, and then I'll try the phones again one more time before I get out of here. But this is a little bit of a reality check right here, okay? It's the holidays. It's life. Life goes on. Stop being overreactive to people that you normally would love to death, and all of a sudden a certain topic will make you literally go into friggin' Prozac mode. Stop it. Or you need Prozac to friggin' chill out. There's so much more to life than this. Here you go.
No, because if you are willing to cut off family, friends, anybody in your own personal life whose views don't perfectly align with yours, you're the problem right now. You're the problem right now, and I guarantee that kind of behavior will cause more of a divide in your own life than this election ever will. Okay? Your true colors are showing. I opened up Facebook this morning to so many posts saying, if you voted for this person, I don't care who you are, go ahead and unfriend me. I'm gonna let the trash take itself out. Okay, girl. I do not care who you voted for, but I do care how you're treating people who voted differently than you. And that's what it really boils down to. I have close friends in my life who I know voted differently than me. And I'm not unfriending anybody because of the way they voted. But I will be unfriending anybody who is like openly bashing and blocking their own grandma on the Facebook comments. Because that is telling me all I need to know about you as a person.
You get my point? She makes a good point. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're that friggin' cut and dry, huh? You've got that many people in your life. You're willing to cut out people in your life and just say, screw you. Even though we've been best friends or we've been acquaintances for years. Who cares? Who cares? Doesn't matter to me. All that stuff was all facade. And because you either love or hate the orange man or vice versa, I can't deal with you anymore. I can't deal with you anymore because it has turned you to shit, which is nonsense. I tell you all the time, I'm not that way. I talk about these things. I bring it to your attention. I do have my beliefs, but you can have whatever beliefs you want. I'm just bringing some points out that you may be missing. And if you're, open-minded enough to just at least listen to them, I wouldn't say this if it didn't affect me, because I knew that I thought I knew what I was talking about until I was brought aware of some things that I wasn't aware of. Because some people live in a little cage, little closed-minded world. Either way, regardless of what you learn or what you don't learn, I mean, to me, I'm forever learning every single day. Every single day. Something. And I'll apologize if I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, it's like, come on. Those of you who are like Facebookers or this and that and watching, how many times during the year do you see rest in peace so-and-so? Oh my God, I can't believe they're gone. Really? They're gone. And you can't take it back. And for some of you, you leave off on the wrong foot for nothing. It's not worth it. Life is short. It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. Not everybody is going to be lucky enough to sit around a table and be with people that they love. I know this, and I know this again. Facebook is my gauge. I've got so many people I know who are just like, just trying to get through it. Just trying to get through another day. And I can't do much about it. I watch them going, my opinion, I don't even want to voice it because they're just trying to get through the day, and I feel for them. But I can't click my heels, snap my fingers, all the above, and just make everybody's lives bright. Believe me. It'd be different if I was sitting on top of my mountain and going, and counting my gold and all this and that. But we all have our struggles. We all have our struggles. Never try to say life is so great and there's nothing to worry about. Every day there's things to take into consideration. Worrying sucks, man. Worrying will wear you out. Wears me out. It's a trait. I wish I was better at it, of not doing it. I've had people that tell me, Peter, why are you worrying about things that haven't even happened yet? But I try. I'm forever evolving. I'm working on it. But at the end of the day, again, love the people. Be thankful that you get to go around and see the faces that you grew up and see and are around. Because one day they're all going to be gone, including if you don't beat them to it, including yourself. Now, what's on the other side, I couldn't tell you. I have high hopes. Love. Stop the hate, especially now with all this political bullshit. Stop it. Doesn't matter. If I know you want to reach somebody and go, you don't understand, you're wrong. It's like, screw it. Just screw it. Everybody's going to come around in their own time. It's just the way it is. And until then, I'll keep trying to enlighten. That's my job. But family, friends. I called somebody the other day. I haven't spoke to him in 2 or 3 years. We were on the phone for 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours. Catching up. But it was like we just saw each other not too long ago, but there was a lot to catch up on. And I know we have political disbeliefs. I'm not going to let that stop our relationship because, man, we had a lot of fun in our younger years. But it sucks. This is the world we live in right now, okay? And don't ask me why I'm going to play this video. Oh, I doubt it. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. One more time. I forgot. I should have put it up there and I didn't, but I want one call, one lousy phone call. 818-259-7983 before we leave. We're going to leave soon. Tell me a Thanksgiving story. Tell me a holiday story, something that went really bad. I mean, people love train wrecks. Something good, something heartwarming, some hope, a vision of hope. Come on. 818-259-7983. I'll give it 2 minutes. If you're watching, you'll call. If you won't, you won't. I like dumb shit. I like funny stuff. I really do. I'm going to play this video just to, and the phones are still open. 818-259-7983. Call. Tell me a story. Tell me a story. I'm going to ask you this all through the first of the year. Tell me a story. So get your stuff together and start thinking up and remembering something worthy of talking about. And if you, I think this is the biggest problem. A lot of people go, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a story. Believe me, most of you people who think it's not that big of a deal, it is a big deal. You just don't think it is because you've already done it. But to a lot of people, it's relatable. So don't feel like it's not that big of a story. In the meantime, real quick, I'm going to play a real quick video of dumb stuff. This is guy stuff, but I see this stuff and it's like, I love this. I think I'm going to do a show on nothing but dumb stuff because laughing is good. It's been a hard year. It's been a hard 4 years. It's been a hard 5 years. COVID, the bullshit of COVID. I'm waiting. Eventually, the floodgates are going to open up and free speech is going to be back. And believe me, I'm going to talk like never before. Tired of them taking down my shows. But here's a man dumb shit show right here. I love it. Here you go.
So just going to measure what? Measure this. Right, so that's 250.
That was a big tape measure. Probably some momentum in that thing. Here, in case you, wait a minute. In case you, 818-259-7983. Last call. I'm out of here. This will be the first time I'll get out here under a minute. Under an hour and 10. But here, the tape measure theory. Don't fall for this trick, folks.
So just going to measure what? Measure this. Right, so that's 250.
That'll leave a mark. Anyway, I just had to put that in there. 818-259-7983. Thank you for nobody calling. I wouldn't mind, but I know how many... never mind. Thanksgiving. I want to wish everybody the best possible holiday weekend. We're coming up on Christmas and people are struggling. People are struggling and I know it. I truly understand and I know it. And it's not easy for everybody. Some people just want to let the day go by. It's just another day. I totally get it. I'm one of them. I've gone through that on and off, been through it, done it, got the t-shirt. But God, it's so awesome when you do have those, like getting in the holiday spirit and things like that. There's been many years where like I just didn't have it in me. I mean, I survived. We did it. We got through it. But you know the feeling. I think everybody, no matter what, at one point in their life, gets that feeling of like, wow, this is so nice. The warmth. But it's hard. Again, it's not that simple. Life is not simple. Life has gotten complicated. So I don't judge. It's like, it is what you just getting through it, surviving, moving forward, keep moving forward. For those of you that are struggling, for those of you who are like dreading Thanksgiving, because there's going to be people celebrating and this and that, and you're not going to be one of them. It's okay. You're not alone. That's why I wanted Pastor Ray on here. He'll talk a lot about that, but we'll talk about that next week. But speaking of next week, might as well tell you again. What's going on next week, Peter? Well, good thing you asked. Next week, I will have Baltimore's own Pastor Ray Pollitt on this show, The Homeless Whisperer. Talk about people that are down on their luck. Talk about drug addicts, alcoholism, people living on the streets, people living in tents in the woods. This man goes, especially in Baltimore, Maryland, East Coast, snow, freezing cold. He goes out there to try to keep them alive because he knows that everybody's got a story. Nobody grew up saying, I can't wait to be a crack addict. And he loves them all. It's crazy. Talk about a humanitarian. He's going to be on this show next week, December 4th, right here on Life of Peter G, The Peter G Show. Pastor Ray Pollitt on this show, The Homeless Whisperer. Don't miss it. But that's my point. No matter how bad you think you've got it, somebody's always got it worse than you. Remember that. And if you're thinking about doing the old ending it all, don't be selfish. Don't be stupid. I've talked to a lot of psychics that have talked to people who have done that, who have just, what they call that, unalived themselves. I hate that word, unalived, but that's the fact. They said that these people that unalive themselves, if they now that when they talk to them spiritually, that if they could have done it all over again, they would have never done that. It's just sad that you get to that point to where you want to just off yourself. And you're only doing a selfish disservice because in 2 weeks, nobody's going to remember you. Or if they do, you're hurting people. You're putting pain on family members, parents, relatives, siblings, friends. Oh, I'll show them. It's like, what did you show them? No matter how bad your life is, what did you show them? You showed them that you just couldn't deal with reality and you took yourself out. You couldn't pick yourself up by the bootstraps. So you just took the easy way. And again, I can't voice my opinions to a lot of these people because it's like, I'm holier than thou. I'm not. Just because this tie on, just because this jacket's on, through the show, it all comes off and we're all the same. Just love. All right. Just try to somehow dig deep. And for those who are like, again, out in the cold and just feel like nobody cares, people care, but you gotta, I haven't said this in a while. There was this old Jewish lady. When I was working with David Paish. David Paish is a keyboard player from Toto. I would do a lot of oddball things for him too, as well. And he had this accounting firm, and I had to go do something. I had to go pick somebody up. He said, "Can you do me a favor? Can you pick up, what's her name? Old Jewish woman, old. I'm sure she's passed by now. What the hell was her name? It's irrelevant. The point being, I remember her saying something. She says, God helps those who help themselves. And I never forgot that. It's like, if you keep on, oh, woe is me, it's like, you just want help me. You have to show effort. I mean, real effort, not delusional drinking, drug effort. Real effort. Speaking of which, this is just my throat's dry. God helps those who help themselves. This came from an elderly Jewish woman that I managed to be acquainted with at the time when I was doing something else in music. And she was right. She's right. If you just sit there in your shit pile and woe is me, you kind of get what you get. Nobody wants to be around that. And I get it. Look, we all go through our phases. I remember my divorce about wrecked me. But at some point said, you got to stop crying. You got to stop crying. And you got to brush yourself off. Nobody's perfect. Some people are faster and better at it than others. But at some point, you have to lift yourself up and go, I'm worth it. I am worthy. I am enough. Keep moving forward. One foot in front of the other. No easy handouts. It's never easy. I just hate when I see things go awry with people thinking, why me, why me, why me? It's not just you. We've all been down this road. I would not be doing this show if it wasn't for the hard times I had to go through. This blows my mind. Blows my mind. And for the haters who want to pick me apart, I don't care. I'm way beyond that. You can't please everybody. I'm never going to, nor do I try. But I'm not going to call you names because you got some stick up your ass that wants to make you a hateful piece of crap. In theory. Or you just don't understand me. You tune in, you see a short clip, and you judge me. You need to watch the whole show. All right? It's real simple. I love you guys. I do. Thank you for watching the show. I want to remind everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving for those who are participating, and for those who don't, I think I just gave you a pretty long-winded version of why you should just hang in there. All right? Life, it'll be on my epitaph. Life is not a bowl of cherries. Believe me. Be kind. You don't have to be an ass. You don't have to take a bunch of crap from people, but you don't have to be an ass. I know sometimes you get poked and it hurts. I get it. Truly get it. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this show. Please share. Don't forget, please subscribe, follow, go to these different platforms. I need these, especially YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube. They're killing me. They're killing me. Like, follow, share. It's that simple. All right? Real simple. And that's it. My name is Peter G. Thank you for watching Life of Peter G, The Peter G Show, right here every Wednesday, like clockwork. I will see you next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And God willing, doesn't hurt to believe. Hurts no one. All right? And at the end of the day, I think this kind of sums it up for me. I hate to say it, but kind of true. But at least the song does. I don't know about the writing above it, the meme or whatever. I just saw it and I go, yeah, I could live with that. All right. I love you guys. Peace out.
I do not give a fuck. I really do not give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck and still don't give a fuck.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorce dad, single dad, divorce dad, single dad, Peter G Show.